Alright, so let's talk about the three elements of a perfect e-commerce website. Well, there are many different elements that help you to have a successful e-commerce website, but these three are connected to the foundation of a successful e-commerce website. So if you're ready, let's begin. So, same as usual, I have created a web page for you here on my website, which I put the link down in the description. If you want to take notes or save it for yourself for later, you can do it. So, three elements of a perfect e-commerce website. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, there are a lot of different elements, but here we are going to talk about some of the more fundamental steps, for more fundamental elements that if you get these wrongs, it doesn't matter, for example, as you go forward, it doesn't matter how good or bad you're doing the marketing, or how successful you are in creating the cognitive biases. These are very important. You get these wrongs, the rest doesn't matter much. Okay, so in my own experience, I had this problem before. I made some mistakes in some of these, and I tried so hard later to make some money, to do the marketing, to sell the product. It didn't work out. Anyway, let's begin. So here we have three. The first one is habit forming products. Second one is market value and demand. And the third one is the pricing sequence. Now let's begin with the first one, habit forming products. Now, it is very important, let me just switch. It is very important to select a product, a type of product that people regularly need them. For example, there are a lot of products out there that maybe you buy it once a year or twice a year. For example, stuff for, let's say, Halloween. Uh, of course, we all buy those stuff once a year, right? There is no regular need for it during the year, right? People don't go out there and, for example, in January want to buy stuff for Halloween, right? So when you go after the cases that people regularly need, you will be more successful. And the thing is that you can form a habit based on these type of products. For example, in clothing industry, you see, we all need clothes, right? Every one of us, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year, we go out there. Some people do that every month, 2 times in a month. They go shopping, they buy new clothes, right? So people need it. Food industry, it's the same. We all need to food. Almost all of us, every day we go out there, we buy something to eat, right? So from habit forming products, I mean, you need to select the type of products that people need it over the time. For example, let's say Apple. Apple create different products and they upgrade each product they have every year. So they create some kind of habit for people that, all right, we need to buy the new one. We need to buy the new one. They release a new, for example, iPhone every year. And people who had iPhones before, some of them, they upgrade to the new ones. Okay, so they create this kind of habit, this kind of need to upgrade to the new one. This, for example, the need that, all right, I need to get the new product, I need to get the next one, the next one, the next one after that. E-learning is the same. Okay, a good course comes out, students see the course, all right, they like it, they learn it, all right, another course, another good course, another good course. Okay, it's coming and coming and coming, and you can sell more. But for example, in some other industries or some type of products that people don't need it a lot, or there is no reputation in buying, I suggest you do not go after those industries or those kind of products. So before you start your e-commerce website, it is very important to select the right type of product. Okay, so the second one, market value and demand. Now, when you want to select your, for example, your market, select your industry, that all right, I want to go, for example, in clothing, right? I want to go on e-learning. Before you do that, make a research, right? Go to Google, or as I put the link here, and search for, put the name of that industry plus market value. For example, clothing plus market value. Okay, let me change it. So it is telling us that it is an industry from 1.3 to 1.5 trillion dollar. Okay, so it's huge. And you need to pay attention to one thing. Let me go back. You need to pay attention to one thing. When the market value is high, the competition is higher. When the market value is low, the competition is lower. So if you go after an industry that it has low market value, the competition is lower. Okay, you are not going to compete with a lot of people, but also the demand matter there. Okay, so if you come back here, here we have it. So inside the industry that you have selected, you need to select products that have high demands. Some products have low demands, which will decrease the sale. So I have experienced this before. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. I was selecting the industry that I have selected. For example, back then I was working on video games. Video games is huge. Let me just show you. Game market value. Okay, so what do we have here? Here it is, 138 billion by 2021. Okay, so the market value is huge, but I was selecting the wrong product. I was selecting the game. I was working on games, video games that people uh, weren't interested enough, or the style of the game, there wasn't much demand for it. Okay, so it is important to select the right product that people want it. Okay, you need to search in the market, look for the products that have higher demands. Okay, so let's go for the next one. And the pricing sequence, is a little bit further in the process. So we have selected the um, our industry, and we have selected our product, and you start to build your website with all the elements there. But the pricing matters a lot in this stage. You need to know how you should price your products to make money. Now, a lot of people who begin make this mistake that, all right, I think this, for example, mouse worth $100. So I'm gonna sell it for $100, and this is my only product, or I have a lot of other product like this with the same price or around that $80, $120 on my website, and they're wondering why their sales is not going up. And the thing here is that you need to create a chain of prices, different type of products, or the same products with different, let's say, options. For example, car companies does this a lot. They release a new car, the first type, the first option, it's not very, for example, doesn't have a lot of features. The second one is more expensive with some more features. The third one, it's, for example, very luxury and with a lot of different features, but more expensive. Why this matters, I'm going to show it to you in a moment. So here, as you can see, we have so what is pricing sequence? Pricing sequence is a marketing system that attracts user to become a customer, to become your customer, and start purchasing more and more just by using the right price. So to this we call pricing sequence. And it has 3 stages. The first one is low, second is core, and the third one is upgrade. Now, the important thing here is that you need to drive more traffic to your website, right? You need to attract people. With expensive products, it's difficult. With, for example, a product, let's say not expensive, but let's say $20, $10, $50 product, it's difficult to start at the beginning with no budget for marketing or ads, okay? It's difficult. So what you should do is to start with some cheap product, or even free, right? What is cheaper than free? So a lot of people does that. They give free, let's say, ebook. They give free stuff. I have done this a lot. I have gave free courses to thousands of people. Okay, so when you give your product free to the people, then, or maybe you can, for example, charge them very cheap, $1, right? You can charge them $1. They add the credit card. okay, $1 is nothing, so I'm gonna pay it. And then they use your product, and then it's gonna be a little bit addictive, and they want to continue. They see other products, they see other options, they see other rewards that you are giving them, and then you can sell your own product with the price that you want. So low, we talked about it. Now we have the core, which are the products that you want to sell on the price that you value them. For example, okay, I want to sell this mouse for $100, but instead of starting with this, I can start, for example, with something else. For example, some kind of napkins for cleaning the monitor, right? I can start with this. I can give it for $1.99, for example, or some other thing. I give it for free. A lot of people will be attracted to that offer. They get that product, for example, and then they see that, all right, Pouya is selling a good mouse here, and okay, the cost, not all the people will pay, for example, $100 at that point, but you will start to have sales. People who like that, people who see value in that, start to buy it. And then there are some other people here. We have upgrade, the third one. Here there are some people who have the money, have more money, and they're willing to pay more. But if you don't have the product ready for them, you're gonna lose money. Now, this is the part that you actually make money, okay? This is very important. So you gotta start with low price or cheap or free product, bring the traffic, sell them more expensive product, then again sell them more expensive product, then again sell them more expensive product, and go on. Okay, so when you don't have these expensive products after for example, the core product, when you don't have these upgraded ones with a lot of different features, remember the car example, when you don't have that, you will lose money that people are willing to give, but because you don't have the product, they won't give it to you, right? So you need to always have that option. Now, if you miss this part, you're gonna leave a lot of money on the table. So these were the three elements for a perfect e-commerce website. As I said, there are a lot of other elements, but these are the foundation of a good e-commerce website. And if you have any question, you can write it down. One other thing, on the next video, I'm going to start analyzing the websites from my students. We're going to go very deep into those websites, the e-commerce website that they have. We're going to talk about them and practice, and I will give you a lot of practical step-by-step tips that how you can improve those websites. Okay, so that was all for today. I hope you have enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe if you are interested in our upcoming videos. So see you soon.